My name is Wafaraw. I am a pediatrician. I have my own private practice. I work full time. I live in a house that is handicapped accessible that I built over 20 years ago. But what I found is that as my muscular dystrophy progressed, I became weaker and had to have additional modifications. The driving force with this project was that I make my house more accessible, that I would decrease the time in the morning that it takes to get ready. Previously, before I started this project, it was getting much more difficult to shower, to get up and off my scooter, to transfer to the bench seat. I was getting very tired in the morning just getting ready, and then I would have to confront a full day of work. So I decided to start this project and to use a design team that could help me modify my existing space. My design team was Hearth, which consists of an architect, Brian Schwederman, an occupational therapist, Marnie Renda, and the builder, Jeff Duvall. And the actual builder of the project was Dave, who I call the point man in getting the place designed and in place the way that I wanted it. My life is so much better now because I feel safe in my space. I feel safe getting a shower. I can easily transfer from my scooter to the bench seat that I have in the shower. I have so many shower heads. It's a luxury being inside the shower. I can use the handheld shower, the overhead shower, and then if I decide I want a little extra massage, then I can have an extra massage shower head. I can easily then, after I get out of the shower, I can easily access the sink and the area where I put my makeup on. I have everything that I need in the bathroom, including my coffee pot. I have a TV where I can watch the morning news. I have a place to put my trash. I have so much space that I can put towels, I can put all kinds of things in the bathroom. And so everything is right where I can easily reach it. And it's a gorgeous space. That's the big thing that I think that all along I've wanted, not only for it to be accessible, but for it to be beautiful. And I had talked to the builder about having it as a high-end project. Money was a factor, of course, but I wanted to make sure that I got the best that was available. I think all of it is my favorite. I don't know that there's anything that I like the best. I mean, I think the shower, we spent so much time designing the shower, it has everything that I need in there. And having the design of the countertop where the sink is, it was specially designed for me based upon the sink that I chose. And Dave, our project coordinator, was able to actually design a beautiful cabinet that we could put the sink in, and it has a nice kind of curved part of it, and it just goes beautifully with the rest of the design of the bathroom. And it's just in a perfect location where I can reach it with my scooter. I can reach everything that I need right there on the counter. I had to move everything upstairs, and I had the first thing that I bought for this project actually was the bed. And so we had the bed delivered, and it's and we put it in a bedroom upstairs, had to get my space ready for that. And having Marnie as part of my design team as an occupational therapist, she was able to help me get the bathroom ready upstairs for me to be able to use. So she came up with the perfect bench to put onto the tub so that I could sit on the bench in the tub and be able to use the shower. And we also had a special over the toilet type seat that I could actually transfer from my scooter to the toilet seat and then directly onto the bench, which actually swiveled, and it went on a little, a little track where it would actually get me into position on exactly where I needed to be on the tub. And then as an additional thing, I put a handicapped accessible handheld shower so that I could use that and make things easier for me up there. But I lived up there for over 6 months. The design process was a very long process because I wanted to make sure that everything was just perfect. So when we originally started with the design team, we looked at the project to see how we could best use the space that we had, because initially we had thought we would add onto the space and extend the bedroom, but after realizing that that was not, well, number one, financially feasible, but also it would not work with the topography of where the house was located. So we had these design plans that we literally had to scrap, and then started from ground zero and decided on doing an actual bedroom, bathroom space that contained everything that I needed with it. And we met weekly for months. Probably you guys would, my design team would be able to tell me exactly how many times we met, but it was multiple times because when we started the project, we thought of it in one way, but then we decided that we needed to do things a little bit differently. And it was a constantly changing design process. And I had the benefit of having Marnie's input, Jeff's input, and of course Brian's, so that we could make it not only look beautiful, but function well too. I found out about Hearth from my best friend, Dr. Betsy Muller, who volunteered at her church with Stephen's ministry. And I'm not sure who spoke to that group, but they did tell them about Hearth and about the team approach to doing an aging in place and doing designs that were handicapped accessible. And that was one of the most important things to me, because I wanted someone that specifically knew about accessibility. I didn't want just any builder who could build it accessible, but they really were not that educated about how to make it designed specifically for accessibility. Universal design is exactly what I wanted. Maybe I didn't know what, the terminology specifically, but I wanted this space to look like something that anyone could live in. I didn't want it to look like a cookie cutter type of handicapped accessible space. That was very important to me. When I first built the house and designed the house, I had some accessibility, but I didn't have the funds to be able to make it, truly accessible and truly beautiful. And, at this stage in my life, I not only wanted to make it accessible, but I wanted to make it gorgeous. And having it as a universal design was very important to me, because I didn't want someone to walk in and just say, oh, this is for a handicapped person. I think that was very important to me. And I think, with all the changes and all the modifications that we've made, it has made it truly a beautiful space with a universal design, but that is very accessible. Working with the design team was so important because we got everybody's input. We not only got Jeff's input as the builder, we got Brian's input as the architect, and then obviously Marnie's input was crucial too, because then she knew the occupational therapy perspective. And I had been used to doing things a certain way. I figured out how to get things done with my physical limitations, but Marnie, having been educated in occupational therapy, she knew better ways than I knew on how to get around. And she actually made a little, what we called a little Wafa with me on the scooter, so that she could actually take it on the design that that Brian did, and she'd say, okay, let's put little Wafa in this space and see how she moves around in the space. And I thought that was really key, because then, you know, everybody got, you know, to put the input together, and I made it so much easier. They actually blocked things out, because I am visual, but it's very difficult to see, you know, the design until it's all together. And Marnie was able to map everything out on the floor and on Brian's designs to show me how I could get around and how I could work around the space. A lot of the things that I have in the bathroom have made it much easier, and you might not even ordinarily think that it would be helpful. I had thought about the bidet because I thought it would be nice to have something that would be easy to clean. I know it sounds silly, but it's been one of the things that I wanted to add as an extra in the bathroom, because it makes it so much easier to get ready in the morning, or, you know, to actually take care of my personal needs. The other parts of the design, I did use special decorative grab bars that I wanted to make sure all matched. Not only that it worked, but it matched and it looked beautiful. In my needs for the bathroom, there were very specific things that I wanted. I wanted it to be a space where I could do everything from not only using the bathroom, but showering, getting dressed, putting on my makeup, watching television. So what I had Brian do is design a space where I could actually put some clothes, like a week's worth of clothes, in the bathroom that I could easily access when I got ready in the morning. So therefore, I would have a week's worth of clothes in there, and I would be, I could much more easily get dressed and ready in the morning. So that way, I didn't have to go searching. It would cut the amount of time that it took to get ready in the morning. The other feature that was important was getting the shower in a state where I could actually transfer from my scooter onto the shower seat. And the reason this was important is that before, it used to take me an hour in the process of getting showered, getting on and off my scooter to transfer to the shower seat. And the way that Marnie and Brian designed the shower, I can easily transfer from my scooter to the shower bench seat, very easily so, and I did not have to expend any energy, whereas previously I'd had to expend a lot of energy, and I actually had to physically stand up to transfer. The way that the shower was designed, I can transfer easily. It saves me energy, and it makes it a lot safer for me, that I don't have to think that I'm going to have to stand up and I could potentially fall, that my legs could give out and I could potentially fall. So it streamlined the process of getting ready in the morning. So I used to take an hour to get ready. I can easily do it in half an hour now. with everything that I have available in the bathroom. Having the coffee pot in the bathroom was such a vital part of the accessories, if you want to call it, in the bathroom, because then I didn't have to carry my coffee cup from the kitchen through the living room, then into the bathroom, ultimately sometimes spilling coffee in the process. Now all I do is I get my coffee ready in the morning, or even in the evening I can get it ready to go, and then in the morning I turn on the coffee pot and I can just easily pour my cup of coffee as I'm getting ready, putting my makeup on. So that made it so much easier. One of the most important things was having the motion sensor available in the foyer. The foyer is kind of the segue from the bedroom, then into the bathroom, and then to the laundry bar area. And so with the motion sensor, I have it set so that it's got a long timeout so that I can get in there. I can go to the bathroom. Sometimes don't even have to turn on a light in the bathroom, come out of the bathroom, and then go into the bedroom, and the motion sensor light is still on. Then I can get into bed, the light is still on, and then once I'm settled in bed, the light goes off. So that has been very key. That's been a really big help. What do I wish that I would have done? I don't think there's really anything that I wish I would have done. I think I have my dream project. I have more light in my bedroom, which was a big thing that I had not mentioned previously. I really like natural light, and we actually gutted the back wall in the bedroom so that we could have floor-to-ceiling windows so that I could get the natural light. So the happiest moment in my day is when I get up in the morning, I have enough time, I get my coffee, I sit in my bed, put all the blinds up, and I can get all the natural light. I can work on my computer and access my business desktop computer and watch TV, so I've got everything that I need. And I'm in a beautiful space. I really wanted to bring up the laundry/bar area. We have a washer-dryer combo that is behind an enclosed cabinetry space, and it was important to have laundry up here so I wouldn't have to go down the elevator to the laundry area downstairs. The washer-dryer combo has made it easier for me to do my personal laundry. It also has storage space. It also has wine bar where I can put all my wines, and it's got a wet bar sink in there. Also got an area where I can hang my wine glasses, and we did design a space to be able to put in a small refrigerator or beverage center, but I haven't found the right thing yet. But it's nice to actually have that, and it actually expands the space in my first floor level so that I can entertain and expand the place where I entertain. In designing the bedroom, because the space was so limited, I wanted to make sure that I was able to make some changes in the bedroom so that I could move the bed on opposite walls if I decided to do that. So we worked very hard in designing the electrical and light switch system. That was a major part of the project. So what we have are we have light switches on either side of the bed, and then another light switch on this side, this wall. We also have lighting that are can lights above the bed on the one side, and it's also on the other side, on the exact opposite side. So if at some point in time I decided to switch the bed around, I would have the same accessibility in the electrical and light switches.